Hi, writers. We are still talking about entertaining beginnings for stories, those powerful leads that really get a reader's attention. Today, we're going to talk about revising story beginnings. Revising is like editing, it's just making changes to make a story better. Today, we're just focusing on the beginnings of stories. And let me tell you, some of these beginnings aren't very entertaining. They really need our help. Let's get started. Remember, authors use these techniques to hook their reader. Action, dialogue and exclamations, that's when people say things, thoughts and questions, and sounds. As authors, whenever we want to write these kinds of leads, we're asking questions like, what would you do? What would your characters say or exclaim? What would you be thinking, wondering, or worrying? What would you hear? Let's take a look at this lead. Read this story beginning. It's not very interesting. The reader of this may not be entertained enough to want to read on. So we need to revise the story beginning because we want it to be interesting and entertaining. We don't want to lose our reader in the first sentences of our story. We're going to use one of our 4 techniques that's listed above. We don't need to write the whole story today, just the beginning. Remember, that could be 3 to 5 sentences. Then we're going to compare our before and after version, and we're going to decide which one would we rather read. Listen to this beginning. This is a story about me. One spring day I sat outside. I liked the spring. I liked to be outside. I'm going to start with a little bit of Whoa, dear. I'm going to start with a little bit of brainstorming here. I'm going to ask myself those questions, and I'm going to make a text box here for my brainstorming. I want you to be able to see how I revise because here in a minute, I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. I like to use these little bullet points. They keep my thoughts organized. Here we go. What would you do? Okay, so I'm sitting outside on a spring day. I might feel the cool breeze on my face. I might see the shadows of the trees, leaves blowing in the breeze. I might feel the warmth of the sun on my skin. I might read a book. I like to do that outside. I might be rocking in my hammock. Okay. What would I say? Wow, what a beautiful day. I might say, if I'm reading a book, wait to find out what happens in the next chapter. I might say, I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I can come back to that one. I don't know if I really like that lead here. Okay, thought, question. What would I wonder about? I wonder if it's going to rain. I wonder if it will ever be summer. Have you ever been outside on a cool spring day and you're like, I wonder if it will ever be summer? I want to go swimming. I might think, wasn't it supposed to be sunny today. Maybe I'll get rid of this idea of this warm sun on my skin. Maybe it's a cold, like one of those dreary kind of rainy spring days. It rains a lot in the spring. Okay, what would you hear? Birds chirping, leaves rustling in the trees. You might hear like a dog barking because I have dogs. You might hear children playing. You might hear thunder in the distance. Okay. Now I'm going to write my lead. Are you seeing a theme here? I'm starting to think about this kind of dreary spring day. Maybe it's not like this sunshiny, happy spring day. Maybe what I want to do is like this idea that I like to be outside, but the rainy kind of spring day is getting in the way of that. Okay, let's make this lead better. I'm going to keep referring back here to my brainstorm to write my lead. Okay, I felt the cool spring breeze brush across my face as the rain clouds loomed ever closer. I wonder if it's going to rain, I thought to myself. The clouds in the distance made me wish I'd brought my umbrella. Even though it was looking rainy, the birds still chirped above. Okay, let's look at these two leads. This is a story about me. One spring day I sat outside. I like the spring. I like to be outside. Kind of boring, huh? Let's read our new one. I felt the cool spring breeze brush across my face as the rain clouds loomed ever closer. I wonder if it's going to rain, I thought to myself. The clouds in the distance made me wish I'd brought my umbrella. Even though it was looking rainy, the birds still chirped above. I might even get rid of that last sentence, honestly. It doesn't have much to do with it. I like this because now my reader is like, oh my gosh, is she going to get caught in a rainstorm? I want to read and find out. Okay, let's move on. A bee in my bedroom. Okay, start thinking. What do we know about bees? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this just a little smaller. We're going to brainstorm a bit, and then I'm going to let you write the new lead. So we're just going to brainstorm right here. Here we go. Okay. I saw a bee fly through my bedroom window. That might be the most boring lead ever. I don't care if I read that book or not. Do you? Let's hook the reader's attention. Okay. If a bee flew through your window into your bedroom, what would you do? Okay, I'm probably having some of the same thoughts. I'm thinking, jump up off my bed, run for the door. I might try to shoo it away with a book. Like, get away! Probably do all of those things. I might hide. Ooh, better than hide. Dive under my covers. You don't have to use my ideas, but I hope you got some of your own. Okay. If a bee flew through your bedroom window, what would you say? Oh my gosh. I have said this. Eek. Let's see. When I've seen bees, I've also said run. If there was somebody else with me, I've said I hate bees. Those are all things I've said. Okay. Can you tell I don't like bees? I'm kind of scared of them. Ooh. Okay. What are you wondering or worrying? I hope I don't get stung. How did that get in here? What would you hear? Things crashing or breaking as I ran around. I might hear the buzz of the bee. What else might you hear? Oh, I bet if I was like yelling and screaming like that, my husband would come running. So I might hear feet thumping up the hall. What would you hear? Okay, now I want you to take our brainstorm and I want you to write a lead. While you do that, I'm going to write my lead and I'll share it with you when we're done. Okay, guys, I hope you wrote an entertaining lead and I can't wait to read what you wrote. I'll share what I wrote with you. I jumped off my bed and hit the ground running. Oh my gosh, I shouted. How did that bee manage to get into my bedroom? I ran around frantically, crashing into my table and knocking over my lamp on the way to my bed. I grabbed my quilt and threw it around me for protection. I don't know. I think I'd read my story. I want to know if I get stung by a bee. Okay, one more and you're all on your own. You get to brainstorm by yourself. You might want a piece of paper to write down some thoughts, and then you get to write one last lead. Here's what they've got so far. I got up, ate breakfast, put on my clothes, and waited for the school bus on my first day at my new school. If it's your first day at your new school, what would you do? What would you say? What are you wondering or worrying about? And what would you hear? We probably shouldn't start with waking up, right? We want to start close to the action. What would the action in that story be? What would the main event be? Maybe walking into the school or walking into the classroom? Start really close to that. I can't wait to read what you write. I know you're going to grab my reader attention. Have fun, guys.